Nobody told him the war was over. One man fought a war for 29 years, alone, in the jungle, after the war had already ended. While you were living your life, a man in a Philippine jungle was fighting a war no one else knew. This is Hiro Onoda, born 1922, disciplined, precise. He joined the Imperial Army at 18. Not a foot soldier, he was trained in guerrilla warfare. Intelligence officer, behind enemy lines, trained to never, ever surrender. In late 1944, orders came. Lubang Island, southwest of Manila. His mission? Disrupt Allied operations. He arrived. Allied forces arrived too. Onoda's unit was destroyed. 4 men retreated into the jungle. His commander, Major Taniguchi, gave Onoda one final order. You will not surrender. Ever. Continue guerrilla warfare. We will come back for you. Those were the last orders he received. For the next 29 years. Meanwhile, in August 1945, Japan surrendered. The war ended. Onoda had no idea. Leaflets fell from Allied planes. They said, "The war is over. Japan has surrendered. Come out now." Onoda read it and laughed. He'd been trained for exactly this. Enemy propaganda. Classic deception. Make the enemy think the war is lost. Personal letters even came. From family. His mother. Asking him to come home. He sat with it for a long time. Then decided. Fake. Had to be. The enemy had his service records. Getting a mother to write a letter? Easy. He filed it away. Kept fighting. The years began to pass. They raided farms, stole rice. They ambushed Filipino police patrols, whom he believed were enemy soldiers. Then, 1950, Private Akatsu cracked. He surrendered to Filipino authorities. Now 3 remained, still fighting. Onoda barely registered it. Back in Japan, life was exploding. The Korean War happened, then ended. Rock and roll was invented. Onoda was ambushing patrols. Elvis Presley was on television. Onoda was eating wild bananas. Japan joined the UN, built the Shinkansen. Man landed on the moon. 1969. Onoda was burning crops in Lubang. In 1959, Japan declared Onoda dead. Legally dead. His family in mourning. Onoda didn't know. Very much alive. Very busy. His own brother came to the island. Onoda watched from the shadows and decided it was a trap. Then, in 1972, tragedy. Private Shimada was shot and killed. 27 years in that jungle, Shimada never saw Japan again. October 1972. Kozuka was shot too, 6 months after Shimada. Now Onoda was completely alone. 52 years old, still fighting. He'd killed 30 people over 29 years, wounded over 100 more. To him, that was war. Just war. The Japanese government tried everything. Search parties, announcements. Nothing. In 1974, enter Norio Suzuki, 26 years old, adventurer. His goals? Find Onoda, a panda, and a yeti, in that order. He landed on Lubang Island and just walked into the jungle. Called out Onoda's name. Onoda watched from the trees. Days passed. Suzuki just stayed. Onoda had never seen anyone do that. On the 4th day, Onoda appeared. 2 Japanese men in a Filipino jungle. Suzuki showed him newspapers from 1974. Onoda studied every page, every word. The dates matched, the context matched. He believed Suzuki, but he would not surrender, not without a direct order from his commanding officer, Taniguchi. Suzuki went back to Japan. He found Taniguchi in his bookshop. The old major agreed. He flew out. March 9, 1974. Suzuki led Taniguchi into the jungle. Onoda emerged from the undergrowth. Full uniform. Rank insignia from 1945. Working rifle. 500 rounds of ammunition. Then Onoda saw Taniguchi, his commanding officer, still alive. Taniguchi spoke the formal order. Lieutenant Onoda. The war is over. You are ordered to cease all combat. Onoda laid down his rifle. After 29 years. He wept. Taniguchi wept. Suzuki wept. He formally surrendered to the President of the Philippines. He was 52 years old. He had last been in Japan at 23. He had missed everything. Japan greeted him as a hero, but Tokyo was unrecognizable, taller, louder, faster, foreign. He gave press conferences. He expressed sorrow for those killed, but not for following his orders. The Philippines pardoned him. He wrote books, gave interviews. Japan was complicated about Onoda. Modern Japan overwhelmed him. In 1975, Onoda moved to Brazil. He bought land, became a rancher. Physical work, outdoors, space. 14 years in Brazil. Then, in 1984, a Japanese teenager died lost in the Japanese wilderness. Onoda thought, I can teach this. He moved back to Japan, founded the Onoda Nature School, teaching wilderness survival to kids. Fire, navigation, water, resilience, everything he learned the hard way. Thousands of children came through. He gave lectures at universities about discipline, about endurance. He never seemed bitter. Asked if he regretted anything, he said, I did my duty. I was a soldier. I followed orders. He died on January 16, 2014, age 91. Still sharp, still himself. He said, I was a soldier. I lived by that. Every day. He had lived through everything. So the next time you feel stuck, or like the world passed you by, just remember Hiro Onoda. 29 years in the jungle, alone, fighting a war that was already over. The craziest war survival ever!